Hey guys, I am back and taking a little break from this project. This little M247 Sergeant York, one of the worst disasters in U.S. military engineering ever. But if you want to know about it, you can check out my other channel. A lot of funny history behind that vehicle. But we're not here for that. It just happens to be on my work desk because that's what I was working on. That's why my hand is semi-black. So I had already mentioned that I've got an awesome viewer. I have a lot of awesome viewers. I don't have an awesome viewer. I have a lot of awesome viewers. But one of them in particular, Tank, I guess kind of inspired by what Jason has been doing lately, having sent, and you know, it's not just him. There have been other fine folks that have sent me stuff to review, and you know, yeah, he's had quite a few boxes of stuff sent here, and you know, I'm trying to fit the different reviews in as I'm doing stuff. But one thing that he specifically mentioned, like he said on the last video, I can't wait to see the Houge. So here is a Houge. This is the here's the actual item number, and Houge is pretty cool. And guess what? I have a Houge in my collection, and I've had this one since roughly 2008. I never do anything with it. I don't carry it. For the reason that this particular blade, it is almost impossible to keep fingerprints off it, and that drives me crazy. I like this knife a lot. Houge, and it's the same Houge that makes holsters and stuff. You know, like, Houge makes some really awesome knives, I have to admit. Now, what is this one made of? I can't remember. I have it somewhere. If you notice there, you'll see that on firearms equipment and stuff. There are Houge has some cool knives. They really do. Let's see what we've got inside. We got a sticker. We've got all sorts of information: care, maintenance, customer satisfaction, important information about Henderson, Nevada. I've driven through Henderson several times on my way to Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas. When I lived in Idaho, not now. Nice little pouch. Very padded. What do we have here? This feels like a polymer type thing. Yeah. Look at that. So it's still an Eliashewitz design. Alan Eliashewitz, awesome knife designer. Like, awesome knife designer. Seriously, makes some awesome stuff. Now, this is 154 CM, which is pretty good steel. 154 CM was Benchmade's bread and butter for a long time. I don't even see, and you can see, like, I got this secondhand when I got it, I think from Arizona Custom Knives. I don't even know what kind of steel this is made of. This has an aluminum frame. This one is polymer. I don't even see what kind of steel this is, but a lot of the features on these two knives are the same. The button lock design with the safety lock and everything. So let's take a look at this guy. Very nice textured there. You're not going to drop that at all. It's definitely polymer, but it doesn't feel like it. I wonder if they say what the specific kind of material in this is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just says polymer frame. Wow, very nice action there. Is that that's not even on a spring. That's just great detent. Oh, do you hear that? That lockup sound? Listen to it. Very, very nice. And if you take a look right there, that is the cutout where the blade grabs the lock pin there for the detent to hold it in. That's why you got such a good snappy action, because it really grabs on, and then when you put the force to deploy, and it's not a lot of force to deploy it, but it's really, really nice. It feels a little bit thin, but I mean, again, great texturing, so your fingertips just grab right onto this little pad right here. This carved in jimping, not great. The jim pick up here on the blade spine, though, is pretty good. You can see our clip here is adjustable for tip up or tip down, but it's right hand only. Very easy to operate one hand. The button lock is pretty secure. It always has been on this one anyway, and this one's a lot older than this one. So you've got your safety, and that's going to keep that button from disengaging. That safety only functions to keep it open so that you can't accidentally disengage that blade while you're working and accidentally cut a finger or anything. It won't prevent the blade from opening. See, it'll even make a little snap noise, but you can still, wow, it's got great action. And I don't know if this is on bearings. It looks like it is. This one is much older, and you know, it still has that great action. I'm not even sure, to tell you the truth. Looks like both of them. I mean, since I have it, you know, we'll just compare. Same style of blade, same drop point shape and everything, but the stonewash on this one's really nicely done. Really, really like it. Obviously, a little heavier with the aluminum frame. This one's pretty light, considering the size. A little front heavy, you know, because all polymer here. Really, I mean, if you take a look, it's the only metal insert in the whole thing. And I doubt you're going to be able to see this on camera. I don't know, maybe you can when I finally look at it. But it's just the little minimum required up here to mount all the mechanical parts. So there's no metal back here at all. Not at all. In fact, here are just screw inserts to move the clip around. So it's very lightweight towards the rear in the polymer frame, which gives it a little bit of a front heavy feel. Not too bad, but oh, I had the lock on. It's just very clean action. You don't see a lot, you know, like I don't see a lot of Houges being EDC'd or anything, you know, out in the world though. I don't know why. It's a really solid knife company. They come with kind of a price tag. You know, you're not going to find a lot of cheap Houge knives out there. I can't remember what I got this one for. Now, I'm just going to throw this in there. If you're not familiar with Arizona Custom Knives, if you just want to get your mind blown, just scroll through, like, you know, some of the more expensive ones. They have, I mean, I saw a $20,000 knife on that website once. They have custom one-of-a-kind pieces from some of the greatest, you know, most prolific, famous knife designers in the world, and they have regular old production knives, you know, for 20 or 30 bucks. They have a layaway program and everything, so, you know, sometimes I get some of my really expensive stuff from them on their layaway program and everything, you know, depending on what's going on. Or sometimes I'll just outright buy stuff from them. This is not, I didn't intend to be an ad for Arizona Custom Knives, but since while I'm talking about it, that's where this one came from originally. And they have a consignment program, so you know, it's a place where you can get cool older stuff, you know, and they authenticate. You know, you're never going to buy a fake on Arizona Custom Knives. Anyway, I only bring it up because that's where this one came from. So 154 cm is 154 cm and CPM 154. You know, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. The CPM 154 is made by Crucible. They're I'm not going to say they're identical steels, but you know, they're so similar. It's a good all around high strength stainless steel. It's not quite in the super steel category, but it is going to give you better than average edge retention, better than average corrosion resistance. Again, this has been like Benchmade's standard steel for a really long time, and they're only I mean, even the Griptilians, you know, only recently have they made S30V the standard, you know, steel that they use. So 154 cm is rugged. It's great for EDC. It's pretty good for a, I have now in my head separated hard use from rugged use. So like to me, you've got EDC, rugged use, and then hard use. And hard use is going to be like in the field beating on it. EDC, yeah, somebody make a joke about beating on it. EDC is, EDC. And then rugged use is that knife that, you might generally carry for EDC. You might take it camping with you. You might, use it for some harder applications, but it's not the kind of knife that it's not going to be your survival type knife. It's not a knife that you're going to take on your deployment with you, as your standard knife. But it can handle those tasks up above and beyond EDC. So I don't know if anybody else makes those distinctions, but that's how in my head I've started that. And I think 154 CM can give you some of that rugged application. You will have to maintain it a little bit. It's a steel I respect a lot, though. So let's try not to accidentally kill this project I've been working on for the other channel. Yeah, that feels really good. I mean, just sort of go right through it. I don't have any 550 cord on me at the time, right now, at the moment. I've been doing a lot of cleaning and reorganizing. Everybody else is gone on a little vacation. It's just me, the Tates, the Peter Kitty Cat, and the Chinchilla here. So, yeah. Oh well. But definitely a cool knife. Button locks are a little bit different when it comes to things like centering. Unlike liner locks or frame locks, there's nothing pushing on the blade to push it off center or whatever. So if it's not centered, it's usually not the result of any mechanical problems. It's probably just made wrong. So this is centered really nicely. There's no lockup to really assess in terms of the way we normally do, but what you can see, if you're not familiar with how a button lock works, so you press the button and it pushes a shaft actually out of the way. And in that way, it works almost like an axis lock, but not really, so I shouldn't even say that. So see how we push that and it moves that shaft out of the way of this cutout here on the back of the blade. I'm sorry, it's blurry. The camera just refuses to focus. So that's where that shaft goes and holds it. It's a very secure locking system. It's spring-loaded, but it does depend on the mechanics and how it's built. So if it doesn't have a good spring that holds it in place, it can come out. I've never had a problem with most button lock systems, but let's give this the old spine whack. I'm pretty sure I have that permission with Tank, just like I have with Jason, to actually test these things out. So you'll notice as I do that, it's got a much more solid kind of sound than when I do a liner lock or a frame lock or something, because there's no metal that can really move around. I mean, it's there, and there's no stickiness to it. And of course, since there's no liner or anything to change, the centering is fine, and we still have that nice deployment. So as for like it or don't like it, I mean, I've always liked the feel of this one. It's a very comfortable knife. I can't believe I never turned this clip around. I'd probably turn the clip around if I was going to carry it. I told you I don't really carry this one around. You know what? I don't think I've ever, let's see. Yeah. Does not feel as good as that one. I got this one really just as a collection queen. I never intended to carry it around. Maybe I will. But this one the weight is good. The feel is comfortable. I think it would be more comfortable if it was turned around and that paddle end was not right between my knuckles. Maybe it would be, but I don't know. But I think Tank's going to be pretty happy with this. Yeah. Definitely a nice EDC knife. I carried EDC. And with the ruggedness of button lock and that, it would make a nice kind of rugged use knife too. So very cool, very cool. Now I think this part is supposed to be like a polymer glass breaker, It definitely has less lethal capability as a temple smasher. It hurts my hand, and the old aluminum frame doesn't have it. But again, this is you know, very old. This is a much newer model. And I just learned something brand new about Alan Elishewitz. I did not realize he was a recon Marine. That is pretty freaking cool. And yeah, I said that in Army terms because he's a Marine. So, something else that's pretty funny. They just arrested a 22-year-old soldier in the 2nd Cavalry Regiment in Germany for getting drunk, fighting off 6 German police officers, calling them Nazis as he was doing it. Only in the Army. Yeah. So Houge knives, if you haven't heard of them, they're pretty cool. Tank, good choice, very nice. They come in different blade styles and everything too. Check them out. But this one definitely gets a like it in my book. I gotta start going through the rest of Tank's boxes so I can start getting his boxes back out to him. So, what do you guys think? Anybody carry a Houge, like EDC-wise, that wants to share the experience with us? So, guys, your comments on this particular knife, or any in the Houge lineup, or even this old guy right here. Feel free. Ready? Go. And remember that you are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. Check out my other channel, you know, and I'll put a link in the video description. Learn the awesomely terrible history of the M247. And, God, what a piece of shit. And I will be back again real soon.